Good morning and welcome to Mornings with Sports today. Well, what's on the agenda today now then? It's a little update about the Olympics, and also we're going to talk about a couple of legends who are playing in cricket after several years in Raipur. So before we get to those updates, here's a look at why you should download the How's That app and start challenging your experts on sports today.
क्या आप भी किसी अपने सपने मेरे तुम्हारे टीम 11 पे टीम बना रहे हो और बच्चों के साथ खेल रहे हो? हमारे साथ खेलोगे? हाउस पे खेलो लेजेंड्स के साथ, हमें हराओ और जीतो डबल कैश. Log on to houseat.com and win real cash.
Right. Please start challenging your experts. Download the House app, start playing, and challenge your experts on sports today. This is going to be fun. Please do that. This is what Irfan Pathan tells you every time we come live. Well, the Tokyo Olympics, it was obviously the Olympics were postponed in 2020 once the pandemic hit. A lot of sporting tournaments across the world were cancelled, the IPL among them, which was held later in the Middle East from September 19 to the 10th of November. But the biggest news came in when the Olympics had to be postponed. Now, there were a lot of concerns in the lead up to this year's schedule as well. But news came out of local Japanese media which said that the Olympics this year will be held without overseas spectators. That means spectators from other countries will not be allowed into Japan, if local media there is to be believed. Also, the torch relay will be held without any spectators, where it'll just be the organizers and the participants. So this means there is definitely good news in terms of the fact that the Olympics are going to go ahead as scheduled. There was obviously concern because of so much being called off due to the pandemic, and also the fact that after this is finally, this year has brought with it a lot of hope in terms of the vaccine, in terms of the fact that a lot of cricket has already happened. So the most high-profile sports tournament in the planet, the fact that it's going ahead, it's great news. In other news, in cricket, Kevin Peterson, remember the name, of course, came back to play competitive cricket. Obviously, a lot of the legends are playing in the Road Safety Series, which was again postponed last year. Part of the tournament was postponed last year due to the pandemic. Kevin Peterson was up against India legends. He was leading England legends and smashed a quick-fire half-century. And immediately after his half-century, there was a lot of murmur on Twitter, fans wanting him to come back and play for the England international team. In fact, England and India will go head-on in a T20I series starting Friday. Of course, England lost the Test series 3-1, but Kevin Peterson, in his prime for England, was a superb batsman to watch, and fans just lapped up that innings. Irfan Pathan, of course, hit a quick fire 61 not out. India legends falling short by 6 runs in what was a high-scoring thriller. So that's all the update that we have for you on this morning segment. But like always, we have plenty to talk about on sports today through the course of this day. Just 2 days away from the start of the T20I series. Boria Majumdar will be back at 5 with all his news breaks and analysis and opinions. And I will come back to you in the evening, as promised, with Deep Das Gupta, who will dissect the Indian team. Remember, we had done the same with the English team last evening, and you can always go back and watch Deep Das Gupta, what he felt about his likely 11 for the Englishman. It's he has backed them to go with the likes of Ben Stokes and Josh Butler, obviously, in the side. In fact, we discussed there are plenty of opening options for England. So that's a very interesting side he picked for England. And later tonight we'll do the same with India, obviously. KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan back in the fold, so that's going to be something to watch out for. But here's a happy beginning to the morning, right? We are talking positively in terms of what's happening with the Tokyo Olympics. The fact that there will be no overseas spectators, well, it's a bit of a dampener for a lot of people who would have wanted to go to Japan, enjoy the Olympics. But there's always, it's always sports today to catch up on, right? We will definitely keep bringing you all the updates and analysis from everywhere in the world as far as sports is concerned. Thank you so much for joining us. Download the House app, start challenging your experts, and do subscribe to Sports Today.